not people, it's one particular person, they be tagging me in this shit right here. Oh yeah, we got it. We can get into the shit now. You want to talk about the Drake shit? I got the paperwork. Let me see, what is shit? This was 12 hours ago. UMG's latest statement is a desperate attempt to spin the narrative and deflect from the truth. Drake is holding the largest music conglomerate in the world accountable for its actions and doing so without fear. We dismissed the Texas discovery action based on discovery will now proceed in New York. We dismissed the Texas discovery action because discovery will now proceed in New York. That's not retreat, that's victory. UMG dismissed its First Amendment petition in Texas because it has no claim. That's losing? And UMG knows the case against it is only getting stronger. Drake welcomes discovery and has nothing to hide. It's not Drake who should worry. It's UMG's current leadership. We look forward to hearing from Lucien Grange, John Janik, and UMG employees under oath. UMG claims to stand for creativity, but in fact exploits it, and the artist community knows that. UMG drains artists for its profits, then discards them, as if the industry hadn't been doing that for years. Like, that's news. Drake joins a growing chorus of artists raising questions about UMG's leadership. The public and artists should be concerned about recent headlines involving UMG's largest stakeholder that only reinforces the need for transparency all the way up to the board of directors level. UMG said, "Be careful what you ask for." Drake knows exactly what he asked for: the truth and accountability. Now that sounds like they got some shit they could put on Drake too. Because, in case you don't know, Drake also be behind the scenes acting like a hoe, telling them who not to drop and who can't drop and who can't do what. He been suppressing niggas for years. Hold on, I got the whole paperwork. So did I download this shit? Let me see if I download this shit over here. Yep, I did. Cause they did an amended. What the hell is this called? Shit, this is complaint. That's it. Yeah, man, I got the shit. Somebody sent me something on the ticky-tacky. Oh, that was a sticker. Okay, boom, boom. Oh, shit. Did I move? I did. Close that. Boom. Boom. Right here. So basically all they did was, it's the same lawsuit. They just changed some shit around. This shit 132 pages, man. Wait a minute. I think I found a Cliff Note version of this. Who posted this shit? I think it was, no. I think it was the OVO docket. Let me see. I think it was the OVO docket that posted a Cliff Note version of this shit. Let me look. Let me look at my bookmarks. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, here we go. The most interesting part of the statement issued by Drake's spokesperson: "We would do our due diligence on this and sharing the information." Okay, let's go down some more. Shit. Okay, that's what we just read. Following the filing of the amended complaint yesterday evening, Drake's lead attorney, Michael Gottlieb issued this statement to the press. Drake's amended complaint makes an already strong case stronger. UMG's PR spin and failed efforts to avoid discovery cannot suppress the facts and the truth. With discovery now moving forward, Drake will expose the evidence of UMG's misconduct, and UMG will be held accountable for the consequences of its ill-conceived decisions. Okay, so where the paperwork at? Hold up. It's way down. Here the shit right here. Start right here. So a side-by-side comparison of Drake's allegations that Not Like Us was artificially inflated through the use of bots. The old complaint on the left, the amended complaint on the right. Many spread false information that Drake withdrew these allegations. However, Drake and his legal team have maintained them. See, I hate this because on the one I got, they got what's amended is in red and what's marked out is, of course, in red with a line through it. God damn it. Let me see. I'm going to switch back and forth. On 173. Rachel, is you in the, why is she not in the stream? So it was, wait a minute, because that's said number 132, 173. That is not the same. Oh my God, these shits ain't even the same. Cause that's number, that's deep. What the fuck is the OVO docket doing? Oh, maybe he just moved them around in the complaint. Okay. Basically saying that they use bots to inflate the shit. Spotify initial day to release ago on Jumpstarter. Okay, yeah. So basically, they just moved it around in the complaint. I see what happened. So a lot of people thought that they withdrew the accusation of bots being used, but they actually didn't. They just moved it to a different spot. Here it is right here. Despite false narratives pushed by individuals like Audio Mac co-founder Brian Zusk, Drake has not withdrawn his allegation that Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us was artificially inflated through the use of bots. The amended complaint provides more insight into the claims. On information and belief, UMG directly or indirectly through its agents and, God damn it. Join the Discord, by the way. Make sure you click the, man, didn't I pin it? I think I pinned it in my comments. Join the Discord, y'all. Get the likes up and join the Discord, man. Let's grow this top flight chat community. Even if you don't like me, join the Discord. You ain't got to like me for us to have a conversation. I don't give a fuck about y'all. No, I'm just playing. Conspired with, paid, or caused payments to be made to unknown third parties to use bots to artificially inflate the spread of the recording on Spotify. At minimum, UMG was aware that third parties were using bots to stream the record and turning a blind eye, despite having the power to stop such behavior. But yeah, man, I don't even really, like, because all they really did was just change language around. Drake's amended complaint expounds that UMG approved, published, and launched the campaign to create a viral hit out of Not Like Us, a song that falsely accuses Drake of being a PDF file and calls for violent retribution against him. Now, they didn't have to create a campaign to, I said this before, they didn't have to make a campaign to make it a viral hit. I knew that shit was a hit the minute academics played it. It wasn't a second, because I heard that soul sample shit, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then that shit said, mustard on the beat, ho. And I say, wait a minute. And then that shit came in, boom, 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 mustard on the beat, ho, deep, bo. I said, oh my God. And they beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. I lost my mind in here. I lost my goddamn mind. I said, he just kept on slanging them. He just kept on slanging the disses. I was losing my mind. I'm a fan of battle rap. I'm a rapper. I'm with the competition. I love the battle. I ain't done it in a long time, but I love it. I love competition. I tell y'all all the time these niggas can't fuck with me. I be ready to prove it too. The amended complaint emphasizes that UMG's purpose in spreading Not Like Us was money, of course. Interscope Records, a subsidiary of UMG, had every incentive to maximize Kendrick Lamar's sales. UMG sought to gain leverage in contract renegotiations with Drake because by devaluing his music, damaging his brand, and lowering his costs. This alleged scheme was packaged under the guise of a rap beef. Now, he might have an argument for that, but I mean, you so look, that's just how the industry works. If an artist put a song out, because first of all, what they leaving out is when Not Like Us dropped, it was not a record label drop. It was not a UMG drop. It was a Kendrick Lamar drop direct to YouTube. The whole battle, that's the thing that makes this whole battle special that I think people is forgetting about. It's the fact that we had two of the biggest artists, the top two rappers. You could put either one of them, number one or number two. We've been waiting to see them go at each other for years. They've been slanging disses back and forward for years. We've been waiting on the smoke. You asked for the smoke. Now you act like you too busy for the smoke. I won't lie, the people confused. We waiting. And they started dropping them. Boom, 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 boom. And they was uploading directly to their YouTubes, directly to their Instagrams. It wasn't like none of this shit was on DSPs at first. This shit wasn't on Euphoria wasn't on Spotify immediately. Not Like Us wasn't on Spotify immediately. Family Matters, each one of them diss songs was direct to consumer. Direct from the artist, not saying that Drake was actually there or Kendrick was actually there, but whoever worked for them, the engineer, the assistant, Dave Free, or whoever it was, when they gave the order, they uploaded that shit directly to YouTube. It wasn't no record label involved. Then after so long, the labels claimed the shit. Not Like Us was already taken off before the label got behind it. You understand what I'm saying? And it's common practice for an artist to put out a song, because Drake tried to do it with the 100 gigs of ass on your head top, but because he was fighting with Universal, they didn't get behind none of that shit and they pulled it down. He had a song on there that people thought was gonna go, that No Face. Man, Universal pulled that shit down. Put that shit right on it. Nigga, fuck you doing, nigga? We didn't say you could put out no music. Nigga, Give me Hemi. Putting out music. Who you think you is? Give me Hemi. That's why Success's song for you is under another label, and this Party Next Door and Drake. Featuring Drake. It was Party Next Door and Drake, or Drake and Party Next Door. Then it turned into Party Next Door featuring Drake. Because he had to find a loophole to be able to drop some music. Get around that fighting he doing with UMG. He dropped that goddamn bullshit. It wasn't a goddamn sexy song on that goddamn shit. Now, Tory Lane dropped some sexy song from jail, but, you know. But anyway, that song, Not Like Us, was moving before the label ever touched it. And I witnessed that with my own two eyes. I was listening to that shit with my ears. As a fan, as a rapper, as a battle rapper, somebody who wrote battle raps, I knew that shit, Not Like Us, was the complete package between the beat, the lyrics, the flow, the cadences, the bars, like the punchlines, like it was the complete package. He was hitting this nigga with, oh my God, on a song that bop. That shit was the complete, it's like the complete package of diss songs. What? I've never heard a nigga say beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Have y'all ever heard that before? Maybe that's an old black slave saying or something. You know Kendrick, he real rooted in the history and shit. He might know something I don't. That might be a West Coast slang thing or something. I ain't never heard nobody say beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. What? Don't get me started on that song. I know that song word for word, and don't get me started on breaking down the lyrics in that song. It's just so UMG made financial investments and leveraged its professional connections to arrange Kendrick Lamar's performance of Not Like Us during the 2025 Super Bowl halftime show. The performance was broadcast to 133 million people. Rock Nation was in charge of this performance. Now, UMG made significant financial investments and leveraged its professional connections via sophisticated and highly organized publicity campaigns to arrange for the recording to be performed at one of the most significant and viewed cultural events of the year, the Super Bowl. Matter of fact, hold on. The recording was performed during the 2025 Super Bowl and broadcast to the largest audience for a Super Bowl halftime show ever. Over 133 million people, including millions of cheering and millions more who had never heard the song before, or any of Kendrick Lamar's songs for that matter, that preceded it. It was the first and will hopefully be the last Super Bowl halftime show orchestrated to assassinate the character of another artist. This is what they said. It's what they put in the lawsuit now. Just a week later, on February 9, 2025, UMG facilitated the live performance of the recording during the Apple Music Super Bowl halftime show in New Orleans. Oh, they're the same shit. Okay. So that was the beginning. So that was the beginning of the paragraph. Oh, well, shit, we got the main thing. And they played it. It's viewable in full on it. Wait, because they talk about, it's another part where they talk about how the shit was played at the Grammys. And, man, listen, no. I've seen commercials, the YouTube commercials, the ads, come on, Jury, Temu, all kind of shit, and it had a Not Like Us instrumental in the background. You'll be scrolling Facebook, and the ads will come up, and it'll be, get this new watch for $7, and in the background, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, what? Nah, that shit is everywhere. They say they shared this post with Drake's attorneys. It was cited to demonstrate the wide reach of the defamatory lyrics from Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime performance of Not Like Us. Look at this. See, and this ain't even the beginning of the goddamn page. What the beginning of the goddamn page is now? Okay, well, shit, we start. Or wait, is this a response to? Okay, so that's the stats. All right, let me just read it from here. According to an NFL post on X, which is what we just saw, this post right here, that give the stats of the Super Bowl, and Kendrick Lamar whooped everybody's ass in numbers and shit. The violent guy that was hanging with you. All right, Rachel, have a great meeting. Man, listen, I'm going next Saturday. I'm not going to the concert. I'm just gonna stand outside. I'm gonna go outside. And see, I'm not even an interview nigga. I'm a streamer, but I also consider myself hip-hop media, and I would like to do some outside shit, because I'm not scared to go outside. Because they know I'm stepping night and day. God know I'm stepping night and day. Man, that's some sad-ass shit. Fucking Mo3. So according to an NFL post on X, the Super Bowl performance online obtained 810 million impressions and more than 3.65 billion total global views, including over 1.7 billion views from user-generated content, over 100 million views on the @NFL TikTok account, the #1 ranked of most socially consumed Apple Music halftime show for the NFL. 5.7 million mentions on social media. The #1 rank for most watched YouTube video in 28 countries. The #1 rank on YouTube's top trending chart and 50 million views on YouTube in the first 72 hours of publication. Clips of the Super Bowl performance in which Drake is referenced by name went viral as well, with 3 ticky-tacky posts from the NFL's account amassing a total of 188.3, I'm assuming, million. Yeah. So this right here is basically defending how Drake is not suing Kendrick. He's suing the label. But you're suing the label because of something Kendrick did and they co-signed it. But you know it's common practice if an artist throw a song out and it catch traction, the label gonna put money behind it. Like, what are we even talking about? The amended complaint counters UMG's argument that Not Like Us is hyperbole, an opinion not to be taken as fact. It cites several comments on the music video and Super Bowl performance where users expressed their belief in Kendrick Lamar's claim about Drake. Cause let me see, I ain't go through the whole shit. This shit is 132 pages, but I know they got examples in here somewhere. Hold on. Yep, okay, them examples that like they done added some shit. Look. This is the part of the amended right here. Belief in the truth of defamatory material persisted in direct response to Drake's denial of the claims in the Heart Part 6. I don't care what they say, you'll always be in the big 3 in my book. Yeah. UMG published the Not Like Us music video on YouTube. This is the stuff that's in red is the new stuff they added to the lawsuit. So UMG published this video to YouTube and Apple Music and Tidal. They did so with knowledge of the actual violence and online threats that ensued from its initial publication of the recording, as well as its understanding that countless listeners had understood the recording and image to convey statements of fact. So in other words, what they're saying is, the song came out, people believe what Kendrick was saying, because they also have in here earlier in this paperwork, they outlined how on Euphoria, Kendrick says, "Don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truth about you." So they say from that makes the listener believe that everything going forward from that point that Kendrick says is rooted in fact, or it's the truth, right? That's what they're arguing, right? So then he put out the Not Like Us and Drake a PDF file and say, "Drake, I hear you like I'm young," and all this other shit. And so because of that, people believe that about Drake, and then the threats of violence and the online, all this other bullshit supposedly started to happen, right? After the song come out. So what they saying right here is now UMG knew this shit was going on because they also put in the shooting that happened at Drake house in this, where the security guard got shot in the chest, even though that didn't have shit to do with the battle of Kendrick. That had to do with some XO OVO shit, because him and The Weeknd can't get along over bitches and shit. And there was a shooting at Cash House or whatever. They shot somebody over there, and so them niggas was just retaliating, so it didn't have shit to do with Kendrick, but they throwing it in a lawsuit like it had something to do with Kendrick. And saying they knew this shit was going on, and Drake got all these threats on his life, and people believe this shit is true, and they put out a video anyway. They did it anyway. They knew what they were doing. That's what they saying. That's what they saying now. That's what they saying. Okay, ain't nothing amended except for the numbers, because they added shit. So like how you see it say 183 and it's crossed out and it say 108. That's because that's how much they done added to where this used to be number 83. Now it's number 108. The video causes more people to believe the allegations against Drake. Just as with the publication of the recording and image, as soon as UMG published the video, people began expressing belief in the allegations against Drake. Posts reacting to the video, also numbering in at least the hundreds of thousands, are indistinguishable from those reacting to the recording and image. Users again confirmed their belief in the allegations and that the allegations were based on some facts known by Lamar, but yet undisclosed to the public. The Cage Dial got me truly believing Kendrick know Drake going to prison possibly. Others commented, we have an anti-PDF anthem. About time, no justice for guys like Diddy, Epstein, and Drake. And all the victims they cause, much less the Johns. One user characterized Drake of being just another Hollywood pedo. Users made anti-Semitic remarks. I'm not gonna say nothing about the people that start with the J, cause I like having my YouTube channel. And users again threatened Drake's safety in comments like, Drake better come with Secret Service type security if he plans on going through LA. And even then, that might not be enough. They not like us. Laughing emojis. And Drake can never go to LA without Secret Service level security now. So yeah, man, following the public reaction to the recording and image, UMG understood that this kind of reaction to the video was likely, if not inevitable. Further, UMG published and promoted the video and further republications and licensing of the recording with the knowledge that millions of people already understood the recording to assert statements of fact that Drake is a PDF file that Lamar had represented. He knew of undisclosed facts to support such statements, and that actual violence had occurred at Drake's Toronto residence immediately following the initial publication of the recording, which didn't have nothing to do with the publication of the damn recording.
Ain't no way.
Y'all not gonna put that on Kendrick.
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
I'm not gonna let you do it. I ain't on one side against the other, goddammit. I'm on my side. OG Unk side. Unk on that ass in your top flight chat. That's it. That's whose side I'm on. I don't give a damn what these niggas got going on, but I'm not gonna let you put that on Kendrick. That had nothing to do with Kendrick. It was no Compton niggas in Toronto. They can't even get in Toronto. Compton niggas can't even get in Toronto. Yeah. Vigilante actions against suspected PDF files have notably increased in the last 2 years. A New York Times analysis of the phenomenon counted more than 170 violent vigilante attacks by PDF file hunters since 2023. And what's the damn problem?
Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
What's the problem? I'm confused. UMG directly knows what harms can arise from such outrageous allegations of criminal activity. Yeah, man, they fighting hard, boy. They fighting hard. They fighting hard on that PDF thing. Did this really affect? I don't think that the PDF thing affected his career more than the colonizer thing. Because, and the reason why I say that is because, yeah, he might have, like, did some funny shit, like with the 17-year-old on stage when he was 22 and shit, but ain't no, like, real proof of him, like, being with underage girls, and granted, it may be morally wrong, but legally, if he's in a state where 17 is a legal age of consent, even though federally across the country it's 18, it could be a state-by-state thing as well. If it's 17, whether you like it or not, he not wrong legally as far as the state law go. Whereas, damn it, I was gonna make a point. Whereas him being a fucking colonizer, we got proof of that. We seen that. We got proof that he called Future when he didn't see the club. Lil Baby helped him get his lingo up. 21 gave him false street cred. Thug made him feel like he was slime in his head. Quavo said he could be from Northside. And 2 Chainz said he good, but he lied. He run to Atlanta when he need a few dollars. We could prove that. We got proof of that. We got proof of that. We got proof of him not knowing who he want to be, changing his identity. One time he talking to a white boy, talking like a white boy. Next time he talking like Vibes Cartel Nim or the Toronto niggas. And then the next, he talking like he from Houston or Memphis or some shit. You never know which nigga you gonna get with Drake. You never know which, you don't know if you're gonna get Aubrey, Drake, or Drizzy. You don't know, never know which one. Now, I'm not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing because I'm a Gemini and you don't know if you, well, I'm pretty much the same person all day, but like I could switch. So I'm pretty much the same person every day depending on, you know, what's going on. But you can get OG Unk, you can get Flight 69, you can get Flight Dog. Like it depends on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It just depends. But yeah, this nigga, he's on some other shit. Like, I'm not stealing the cultures. These is just, I have multiple personalities. You know, I have multiple personality. I'm actually different people. This nigga is just culture vulturing. You know why I respect Tory Lanez? You know what? Let me tell you why I respect Tory Lanez. Because this is how I was introduced to Tory Lanez. This is how I was introduced to and I only need to play the beginning. I hope they don't copyright me, bitch, because it ain't gonna be no song, but they might copyright me for the video. So I'm gonna put it on a different screen. Hold on. This is why I respect the Tory Lanez. Let me tell you why. I'm finna show you why. You got to hear why. You got to listen why. You got to listen why. You got to listen. That's why I respect the Tory Lanez. Even though I was Team Drake, let me tell you why. Let me show you why I respect the Tory Lanez.
Yo, so the bloke ting was what, man? Yo, beer white things first and foremost. Beer gal. Then yo, the man had an after party. Lit. 7 cars deep, full of women. It wasn't a ting. Who do you even tell mans if something was a ting or not? First and foremost, like, I
respect Tory Lanez because from the very first time I saw him, he was talking like that. The ting and the man them and the pun road and he was talking like that. He wasn't talking like a white boy. He wasn't talking like a white boy. He was talking like how they talk in Toronto. He was talking to his people. That's the way I was introduced to him. So when they say, okay, he from Toronto, he talked like that. Then he got the American accent. Okay, I could respect it. But when Drake comes out with this American accent, see, Tory came out with his accent. I don't expect him to sound like that when he sing, but when he talking, he sound like that. I respect that because that's the way he came on the scene. I'm Toronto. This is me. Accept me. Drake didn't come out talking like that. He came out talking like a white boy. Yeah. He talks like a white boy. When he came out. Yeah, you know, it's just Drizzy, you know. I'm just happy, you know, Wayne, you know, he's my idol. And I just hoped one day, I I would, you know, meet Wayne. I told him that I was going to be signed to him one day. And I told him that he was my favorite rapper. He was, like, you understand what I'm saying? And then after he gets successful, then all these years later, he gets successful and he start going around different people and shit, and he get a little couple of Toronto gangsters behind him because they got some money, and then he start talking like this.
Yo, so the bloke ting was what, man? Yo,
I said, nigga, where that accent come from? Where that Drake come from? I ain't never seen this nigga. Who this nigga? Yeah. Damn it, I forgot the point I was making. I was reading this UMG shit. Yeah, man, this nigga right here, boy. This nigga right here, boy. This nigga Drake right here, boy. But we gonna see what happens. He fighting a powerhouse. I'm not finna go through all this shit. I'm not gonna go through all this shit. He won Grammy Awards due to defamatory. So look. They complaining about everything. So they amended this following him. Okay, At the time, it undertook this promotional campaign on behalf of the recording. UMG understood that winning any, let alone many, Grammy Awards would expose the defamatory material to new audiences. including potentially millions of new listeners around the world, resulting in substantial additional harm to Drake. Following the release of the nominations, Interscope posted on their Instagram, "Congratulations to Kendrick Lamar for his 2025 Grammy Award nominations," with an image listing the recording's nominations. UMG similarly posted on Instagram with the caption, "Here are this year's UMG nominees for Song of the Year at the Grammys. Not Like Us at Kendrick Lamar." And in a reel, UMG posted a portion of the video on Instagram with the caption, "They Not Like at Kendrick Lamar." He's just nabbed 7 Grammy nominations. UMG posted the same clip on X. Anyway, they complaining about UMG promoting the song, and then Kendrick performed the shit at the Grammys and a bunch of goddamn. So anyway, I'm not finna go through that shit. Chat, what y'all talking about over here, man? He is an actor. He is a goddamn actor. That's exactly what he is. Goddamn actor. That's exactly what he is. How did I mess up the dimension?